Alright guys, it's your boy Carolina Chris 26. Alright guys, I'm your boy Carolina Chris 26 and welcome to my latest episode called Native Heroes in Comics. It's to highlight my love for my culture and my love for comics. I wanted to do a series of videos to shine a spotlight on Native American superheroes in comics. So with that being said, guys, let's get into our latest character. He goes by the name of Thomas Fireheart, aka Puma. As Thomas Fireheart, he's 6 foot. As Puma, he's 6'2". As Thomas Fireheart, he's 205 pounds. As Puma, he's 240. As Thomas Fireheart, he has black hair. As Puma, he has a nice furry coat of red. And he has green eyes. So guys, with that being said, let's get into this character. Thomas Fireheart is a member of the Kashani Native American tribe. Thomas Fireheart was born to be the next heir of mystical powers. A Native American tribe used selective breeding and shamanistic magic to ensure the proper heir would be born. His mission was to defeat the omnipotent being that would be known as the Beyonder. The Beyonder's coming was foretold in one of the tribe's ancient prophecies, which told that a powerful being would come and be capable of breaking the line of men for many generations. Fireheart was the last in line of men bred with the same mission, equipped with the power to stop the prophecy. To do this, his tribe endowed him with magical powers to complement his considerable physical abilities. Through intense concentration, Thomas is able to transform his body to take on beast-like attributes. He becomes larger and stronger, as well as growing a fine tan fur over his whole body, along with razor-sharp fangs and talons. Thomas Fireheart resembles his namesake, the Puma. While in this transformed state, Puma possesses superhuman senses, strength, speed, stamina, agility, and reflexes. Thomas Fireheart studied in Japan under Master Muramoto and became an expert in numerous martial arts. Thomas Fireheart ran a lucrative business, Fireheart Enterprises, and also spent time as a mercenary for hire. Fireheart Enterprises became a multinational corporation with regional offices around the world, but it was based out of the tribe's home of Hartsdale, Arizona. It wasn't until his business became very successful that Thomas went on to become a mercenary, selling his services as the werecat known as Puma. Both of these ventures added a vast fortune he accumulated. It was as a mercenary that he first met the wall crawler, Spider-Man. Puma was hired by the Roads to kill Spider-Man, but was sabotaged by the Black Cat. He fought against Spider-Man and learned his secret identity. He felt that he owed Spider-Man an honored debt, and soon they became allies. Puma offered Parker a job at Fireheart Enterprises as payment of this debt, but Spider-Man settled for Fireheart's assistance in clearing his name on crimes he was wrongly accused of. Several other heroes and allies of Spider-Man were involved in the accusation that Spidey was a thief. Fireheart went back to his business roots and actually purchased 51% of the Daily Bugle, and then made Robbie Robertson publisher and began a pro-Spider-Man campaign in the publication. During this time, he was nearly killed in an attack by the Hobgoblin, but was saved by Spider-Man. After the attack by Hobgoblin, Fireheart agreed to join Spider-Man's ragtag group of superheroes called the Outlaws, along with several other Spider-Man adversaries turned allies, Sandman, Rocket Racer, and the Prowler. The Outlaws later clashed with the Avengers under the control of the manipulative shape charger known as Space Phantom. After this shame, Puma felt that he owed Spidey an honored debt. He then paid it by selling the Bugle back to J. Jonah Jameson for $1. He later went on a vision quest into the desert of New Mexico and was consumed by his Puma persona. He attempted an assassination attempt on a U.S. senator, but was shot by the NYPD and ultimately stopped by Spider-Man. The Black Crow cast a spell, removing all knowledge of Spider-Man's secret identity from Fireheart's mind, and he was nursed back to mental and physical health by Nocturne, Puma was also seen in a blood sport competition, and he made it to the semifinal round but was defeated by Wolverine. Later, Fireheart teamed up with Spider-Man and Black Cat to stop Stegron from turning the population of New York into his own image. After this, Puma began a relationship with Black Cat, although he noticed that Felicia may still have had feelings for Peter Parker, aka Spider-Man. During the events of Civil War, Puma was seen at the bar with other supervillains after the death of Stiltman. He was also seen helping Black Cat from the sidelines after she decided to help Peter Parker, who was on the run after the events of Civil War. Together, Puma and Black Cat neutralized the drunken rampage of the Rhino, mostly through sheer bluffing. When Puma was accused of committing a federal crime, his assets and his business were frozen. In order to defend himself in court, he needed money, so he joined MODOK's supervillain group. Because of this, his tribe stripped him of his powers, leaving him in his human state. When deciding to rescue the living Laser, who had earlier saved his life, he had an epiphany that defending one's own people is what the Puma totem is meant to do, and he regained his powers in the process, or so he thinks. Actually, Deadly Nightshade has secretly injected him with werewolf serum. Puma has gained his cash from MODOK and has taken up an offer from Nightshade to help in his legal defense. Any long-term effects from the serum are unknown. Also, during the time of Secret Empire, when Hydra had taken over the United States, Puma appears as a member of the Underground. Fun fact, the Underground was a coalition of American superheroes and civilians assembled by Hawkeye, who opposed Hydra's regime following the conquest of the United States under Captain America's leadership. They used the Pantheon's mount in Nevada as a hideout. Let's get into Puma's powers and abilities. Fireheart undergoes physical transformation through intense concentration that includes an increase in his height and weight. His body becomes covered in fine tan fur and razor-sharp fangs and claws. It also grants him superhuman physical attributes. While transformed, Puma possesses superhuman strength, significant to lift up to 12 tons. His great physical strength also extends to the muscles of his legs, enabling him to leap up to 35 feet. Puma is capable of running and moving at speeds that are beyond the natural physical limits of the finest human athletes, reaching a peak range of 35 to 65 miles per hour. Puma's advanced musculature produces less fatigue toxins during physical activities than the musculature of a normal human. At his peak, he can physically exert himself for several hours before the buildup of fatigue toxins in his blood begins to impair him. Puma's body is harder and more resistant to certain kinds of injury than the body of an ordinary human. While he isn't bulletproof, he can withstand great impact forces, such as falling from several stories or being repeatedly struck with superhuman force that would severely injure or kill a normal human with little to no discomfort. Puma's agility, balance, and bodily coordination are similar to those of the cat he takes his name from, and are beyond the natural physical limits of the finest human athlete. Puma's reflexes are similar, enhanced, and are superior to those of the finest human athletes as well. Puma's sense of sight, smell, and hearing are heightened to superhuman levels. Puma is able to see objects with perfect clarity at much greater distances. He retains the same level of clarity at night, even in near total darkness. He may also be able to see into the infrared edge of the electromagnetic spectrum, allowing him to detect a person's body heat in the absence of any light whatsoever. His sense of hearing is also enhanced, enabling him to detect sounds an ordinary human can't. Puma is able to detect the slow, steady rhythm of a normal human heartbeat within a short distance. His sense of smell is particularly acute, enabling him to track an individual by scent over great distances, even if the scent has been eroded over time by certain natural factors. Puma's nails are actually short, hardened, retractable claws. Puma's claws are razor sharp and capable of ripping through flesh and bone. Adding in his physical strength, Puma's claws are also capable of ripping through most conventional metals. He's been known on occasion to dip his claws in poison. He also possesses razor-sharp fangs, while serving little practical use, can be highly effective weapons in close-quarter combat. His sense of touch is enhanced to the extent he's able to feel the impressions of ink on a piece of paper. He's an extraordinary hand-to-hand combatant, having received training in numerous martial arts, especially the martial arts used by Master Moromoto. Also, as head of Fireheart Enterprises, Puma has access to highly advanced technology, as well as a personal staff of trained investigators that often provide him with information on enemies or potential enemies. As Thomas Fireheart, Puma is a very wealthy and skilled businessman with a master's degree in business administration. He also has a personal customized Lear jet for long distance travel. So if he's got to go out on a mission, he's got access to his own jet. Now, while some of Puma's activities are morally dubious, he is not truly an evil criminal. His primary concerns are his own personal achievements and the welfare of his people. And he's come to Spider-Man's aid just as many times as he's tried to harm him. So they've got kind of a love-hate relationship, I guess you'd say. And basically, even without the use of his superhuman senses, he's proven himself to be a skilled and capable tracker. So basically, even without the use of his superhuman senses, he's proven himself to be a skilled and capable tracker. So he's a Native American from the core. You know, that's one of the things we're pretty much known for, you know. So Wolverine must be part Native American. Might be doing a video on him next, guys. Puma's first appearance was Amazing Spider-Man 256. He was created by Tom DeFalco and Ron Frenz in 1984. And Amazing Spider-Man 256 came out in 1984 too, I believe. That's it, guys. Man, I really appreciate y'all sitting through this. I do apologize for kind of going over my time limit. I hope the video wasn't too boring. But you know what, man? I actually like Puma. And I'm not 100% sure if him and Black Panther have ever went up against each other. But man, could you imagine that? I'd like to see them two go up against each other, man. You know, it's just, oh my God. I mean, and I don't know how tall is Black Panther, because I don't think Black Panther is 6'2" when he's Black Panther. Guys, I really appreciate y'all sitting through this. I hope y'all learned something. I hope you liked the video, and if you did, don't forget to comment down below. If you did like it, give me a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, give me a thumbs down. I won't be mad. Heck, I won't even know you did it, because it don't tell you if somebody gives you a thumbs down. But, you know, your honest opinion, trust me, I can take it. If you thought it sucks, please tell me you thought it sucks. If there's something about the story that you know that I didn't tell right, please let me know in the comments. Guys, it's a learning experience. I don't want to be trying to school someone or turn someone onto a character and I'm giving them slight false information. I want whoever to watch this video to actually get the factual knowledge that they should know. And if there's something about the character that I didn't tell, please let us know in the comments. Because these videos are to if not educate, inspire someone to pick up a comic book. And if not, learn more about this character, but just pick up a comic book and read it to fall in love with comic books. Because don't you just love picking up a story that you like, and man, you get into it, you can't wait for next week to get that second issue. So guys, you know, that's what I hope hopefully somebody gets from watching these videos. You know, I know that these videos are not going to be for everybody. I honestly know that, you know. I know that right now. But I want to target the people who may have never picked up a comic book before, and if they love it, that's what matters. But if everybody loves it, hey, it's icing on top of the cake. It's the cherry on top of the cake. My fault. Bad analogy. Guys, I really appreciate y'all coming through. With that being said, be safe. God bless. Always remember to make comic book collecting fun again. Peace.